Alright, so this guy is similar to my pyro again, where I pretty much didn't have to make much changes and he's still OP. I haven't even got to the pack tree yet. I literally just was browsing him for an hour, figuring out what I wanted to change, and then made a couple changes, ran a couple expos just to see how it went. But yeah, you see he has no pack tree nodes either yet. He doesn't even have much ascension. He has enough after the first expo to get his resistance buffed again. I always start with maxing resistance, of course. But his damage is actually already slightly better. I think it's because he didn't use any of the damage multipliers before. If you remember this guy, you know, from a week ago, I was saying this is the dude I was going to use. With the cooldown, with the cryo turrets combined with the status power cold snap to just freeze everything for ages. That's still OP for sure. They did nerf, though, the buffs with Fixing Wave, which was very annoying. They not only nerfed the duration, they even nerfed or with one of them, they halved like the armor and resistance, and I'm like, dude, this is ridiculous. So I decided they weren't worth it, actually. They weren't helping me be a tank much anyway. They're more for helping allies, but I'm not helping them as much now. But one lucky find I already had on this Techno a week ago when I just looked at him is Tiago's shop sold me one of the new turrets legendaries that has the tier 3 mod where it doubles the fire rate. Now there's another one that I think kind of turns it into twin guns, which I think if I'm betting it is probably going to double it yet again. And that is for sure the one I want to get. So when you look at my mods, basically Shatter is just sitting there until I get that mod. Once I get that mod, I'm replacing Shatter with that, and that's going to be the 10 mods on this build. I replaced Captain Hunter with Shatter just because I didn't have Shatter on this dude before. The only damage multiplier he was using was Captain Hunter, and now that they nerfed all of them, but he seems to freeze even better now, I'm like, I'll just get Shatter. It's something. Once I get the twin turrets, whatever it's called, the minigun turrets, I know probably be better, even more damage that way. More importantly, I'll just be crazy amounts of healing. So this is what I want to get into. This guy is like a super healer tank now, just insane. And I know the Technos out there going all anomaly power and going all crazy to one-tap the boss. I feel like that's probably going to get nerfed too, and I also feel like the nerfs might address, since I'm using some of the same stuff, it might affect me. But even if it does, I highly doubt it'll affect them as much. And it'll probably still be a useful build, I'm betting, in the future. But yeah, so oh man, the double fire rate, that's all I changed, and this dude is clearing frontline a minute quicker than he did before. I think I did it just under 9 minutes. Before Worldslayer, it was 10 minutes. So I haven't even got my pack tree nodes. Now, when I look at the pack tree nodes, the damage I'm looking to get is there's one where when you're near your turrets, you basically, you and allies that are within like a set radius around your turrets will do 20% more damage. So I'll still get a nice damage increase still on this dude, but the big thing is the support healing and the tanking roll. That's going to be insane. He already is crazy in that regard, but he's going to be getting, and I'm recording this video after I already got the first PAX node and tested it, and the first PAX node is crazy because it increases your weapon leech and your skill leech by 5% for every 5% missing health. Do you know how busted that is? If they were to nerf that in the future and even nerf it all the way down to 2%, which is honest, if it was in my hands, I would have made it like 2.5, I think, because I think it's kind of busted for 5. Because if you do the math, if you don't have to even get the red health. If you get to half health, just close to half health, you already are healing another 50% more. It's insane. Especially when the Techno already has weapon and skill leech on his. He has the best healing mechanic in the game, and they just made his healing mechanic off the charts. And the turrets, that's why I'm going for the turret things, because the turrets heal me a crazy amount. And the next node I'm getting in PAX tree increases your anomaly power by your skill leech. Now again, this dude, You saw I'm using one anomaly power piece on him now over max health just because I wanted that mod and was the only way to get it. I don't mind taking one max health on him, but again, he's going to be focused on keeping his max health as high as possible. Because what I'm learning is the status power bonus damage on my turrets combined with the fire rate already makes them do a crazy amount more damage and easily enough damage to heal me an insane amount. And I'm still missing the Gatling mod on them. So how turrets work now is like you don't need to invest in, like, the anomaly power turret build Technos out there. They're doing it more for the debuff stacking from, once again, their mods that they're proccing, that just one-tap bosses. Their turrets help, of course, but honestly, even though their turrets do a crazy amount of damage now, it's not their main source of damage. So honestly, it fits better for this build where I'm not trying to max my turret damage, but now they do a crazy amount more and heal me an insane amount more because just that double fire rate mod alone. If you just got to do simple math, like anomaly power increases the base damage per shot of those cryo turrets. But to get a mod that doubles their fire rate, essentially doubles their damage output, and it always, as you keep increasing their base damage, it will keep exponentially increasing it by another ×2 because they're double fire rate. And if the Gatling turret, I don't know yet what that is, if it like quadruples their fire rate, I mean, that's insane. You're looking at like ×4 damage. That's not going down, by the way. You know how, when you get damage multipliers on other stuff in this game, it's like they diminish in how much they help you as you keep stacking them. But the turret mods will not diminish. That's why they're so busted, because they're not actually damage. It's like the Gatling one and the fire rate. It's just about their fire rates. And if their fire rate goes up by ×4, then they have 4 times damage, essentially. Like, always. And every little bit of anomaly power that increases their base damage is essentially multiplying it by ×4 again. So it's a crazy, busted thing right now. I hope they don't nerf it into the ground, but if they do, I feel like they'll only nerf it some, and it'll still be awesome, which is all I want it to be, because I want to keep this build. But yeah, this guy, he's going to be a super tank. I can already tell. Now, the one thing I'm really wanting to get on him is Circle of Power, because he really needs more resistance. I can just tell if he had just more resistance combined with this other stuff, he'd be a super duper tank with the crazy amount of healing he gets. Because it also, with that skill node where it increases your anomaly power based off your skill leech. Now if you do the math, when his health is going down, his skill leech is going up, which is increasing how much his turrets are healing him, but then it's increasing the damage that his turrets are doing, which is also increasing how much they're healing him. So it's just, and his weapon leech goes up too, and I'm using a weapon leech damage over time mod, of course, so it's like, it's insane. And I did test it. I like, right when I got that skill node, I went into battle, and thankfully I'm tanky enough to still survive by going into my inventory while I'm getting hit, and see if my skill and weapon leech were actually going up as I kept hovering over them. And they were. They're going all the way up to 150%. I'm like, this is insane. The healing is unreal. But I will say this build can also be, that's another reason I wanted to do this build. I mentioned, Circle of Power would really help its tanking. But that's, again, the key to this game I'm learning is make good, perfect 10 mod builds, but then have a lot of potential for them, so that maybe you'll increase your chance of getting mods that help them in the future. So in this case, maybe I'll one day get a triple mod max health piece of gear, max health status power preferably, that has a Circle of Power on it. Or maybe, if not that, then there's lots of ways to increase my damage more. Maybe I'll get something that, like Thunder's Legacy again, that'd be nice to have on him. Maybe I'm missing all these damage multipliers too. At this point, just getting Captain Hunter, getting Shatter, getting Freezing Boost, all that stuff would increase the damage on this dude more. So he's going to be like, he's already, again, this max health, max healing, still has good base resistance and armor, just super tank Techno that will keep improving.